Hey everybody, Ryan Cater, Director of Golf here at the Edge School. I want to introduce a really good friend of mine. This is Mark Evershed. Everyone lovingly calls him Shed. Shed, I want to take a second here and get them to, get to know you a little bit. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Well, you know what? I love talking about golf, Ryan. The stuff that you sent me, I told you before, I think you're set up to win, and it excites the heck out of me to see some place that's got an opportunity for young people to go,
Mhm.
that the sky's the limit. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're pretty excited about it. And you and I have worked together. We've known each other, I don't even know, several years now. And we spent endless conversation about, golf swings and theories and that sort of stuff. And I really look to you for information sometimes. And I'd like to consider you a bit of an advisor for the program and however we can integrate that way, whether it be digitally like this, or we'll have you out when the grass is green out here to Calgary. But Mark, I was wondering if maybe could you share a few ideas? And first of all, before you do that, could you talk a little bit about maybe over the years, you've been in the industry for almost 50 years, which is amazing. Could you talk a little bit about some of the players you've worked with in your career?
Yeah, no, I certainly can. I think, back in the 80s and 90s, if you were a good player in Canada, you probably came through me.
Yeah,
And as
sure.
things got going, Ian Leggett won on the PGA Tour. He went through me, and Martin Chuck. Martin Chuck went through me. He was a great golf instructor now.
Yep.
Uh, should we talk about Sean Foley? Sean Foley,
Hmm.
the Tiger, says I have a great influence on him. And I
Yeah.
think the only reason we need to talk about this is because you can learn a lot from older guys that have been around and they've seen it and they've done it. And I can tell you every mistake you're going to make before you make it. But I made it. All right. Um, I've had a heck of a thing going on. I was the second golf machine instructor in Canada. I was ranked number one in Canada in 2005. I
Mhm.
did 4 appearances on the Golf Channel, which were ranked number one and number two of the year, the first two times I did it.
Mhm.
But I think the biggest message I could have, Ryan, is my career went in such a path that I got down to the point where I was only interested in teaching people that got really good
Yeah.
or that wanted to get really good. Now that's a whole different golf instructor.
Yep.
A person that just takes your everyday lessons, right?
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
if somebody really wanted to get good, it's it's not the same as somebody that wants to break 80, but yet they're going to practice more.
Hmm.
It's practice smarter, not harder.
Yep.
I can tell you exactly how to do that because of the mistakes I've made.
Hmm.
I started working with Gil Morgan. I worked with Gil Morgan for 4 years, and it's funny, the young kids don't know that Gil Morgan won 35 times on the PGA Tour.
Yeah. He was an unbelievable player.
But still to this day, people don't know who he is. Anyways, so my value, I think, in a place like for you, is years, just years in the business, just
Yep.
knowing what I could fix people so fast it's frightening. Only because I've seen so many people.
Yeah, for sure. Uh,
It's been a fascinating run at it, Ryan.
No, you've had an unbelievable career, Shed, and and I'm sure people are going to want to hear more. Before we were recording here, you told me an unbelievable story about Mo Norman. Could you share that story again with us?
Well, yeah, I mean, and the reason I tell the story is because I'm angry of how I reacted to it, and I don't want anyone else to make the wrong. So it's like I'm 16 years old, Lido golfs are in an Oakville, and
Yep.
I'm behind the counter doing the till and all that sort of thing. And Mo Norman, like remember when I was 16, Mo Norman was not yet understood to be the best golfer I've ever lived. He was just Mo Norman that kind of walked funny, looked funny, that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So we weren't really paying the attention to him that we should have. But so, anyways, he walks by me and he says to me, him, Mo Norman, Lee Trevino, Arnold Palmer, and Ben Hogan are the only ones in the world that their hands work backwards through the golf ball. And he walked out. And I'm young and brash, and I think I know everything there is to know about the golf swing.
Yeah.
And I know when I look back at it, I know he wanted me to chase him out the door and ask him what the hell he meant.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
So 20 years go by, 30 years go by, and I finally figure out what he meant.
Mhm.
And, we can say it's a funny story, but it's a tragic story. Because I'm telling you right now, I would have won on the PGA Tour if I would have understood the minute he would have told me what he was talking about. If I would have run out and asked him,
Mhm.
I swear I would have won on the PGA Tour. But I just let it go right over my head. So the moral of the story is,
Yeah.
those old guys knew what they were talking about, and when we listened to little clips like, George Newton, a buddy of yours, he said he broke shafts on his backswing. Well, how the hell do you do that? Well, I know how you do it.
Yeah. He was an
And it's
unbelievable player too.
really, really important that you know how he did it.
Yeah.
But we just bypass that stuff, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
But I say, you've got an opportunity at your school because you see guys on a daily basis
Hmm.
where you can, we talked about this 10,000-hour rule to
Yeah.
get good at something. That is, they're full of crap. The reason it takes 10,000 hours is because 5,000 of them you're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
If I see you once a month for a lesson, you could have
Yeah.
been going down the wrong path for a month before I saw you.
Yeah.
You, like your place, have the opportunity to see the kid going down the wrong path and correct them that day.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Take them hundreds of hours going in the wrong direction.
Oh, for sure. And like in my case, is the method or the theory of the program here is that I'm in by no means am I trying to create a competition amongst golf professionals. In fact, I want other pros involved. That's why I'm, reaching out to guys like yourself, is that it's not a competition, it's a collaboration. And that's a real thing, is to take the best of the best of the knowledge that's available around you, surround yourself with what's going to work for you. And you and I also were talking earlier about practicing with a purpose. And I know like Mo Norman mentioned that a little bit, but can you talk a little bit about the best strategy for junior golfers in that sense, but practicing with a purpose based on, good information that's effective for them and really designing it to their own, and so they can find their own game.
Well, when I look back on when I was growing up and what you're doing there is, they have this thing about, well, you don't want to get too mechanical and all that sort of stuff. Well, I totally disagree with that, in that
Mhm.
if I have a half an hour, I have to avoid giving you I don't have the time to give you the information that you really do need.
Okay.
But if I do it every day,
Mhm.
I can get you the information a little bit at a time. So that, see, I love mechanics of the golf swing, but if you don't have the time frame to learn them,
Mhm.
and if you don't have the time frame to learn them, you're kind of hooped.
Yeah.
But I can't express enough that at your school, you are set up to win.
Yeah.
Half hour once a week or half hour once a month, you are not set up to create anybody that's any good.
Absolutely.
So I'm so envious that number one, I wish I had that facility. Number two, I wish when I was young, I could go to that facility.
Absolutely. I keep saying that to all my
It's a life changer for me, Ryan.
oh, I know. I keep saying that to everyone I'm talking to about the opportunity. It's like, man, I would have killed to come here when I was in high school. Yeah, for sure. And Mark, tell me a little bit where you are right now and what you're currently working on.
Well, I moved to a country golf course called Port Dover Golf Club because a good friend of mine bought it.
Mhm.
And he is a visionary.
Yep.
And he doesn't know what no means. So any idea I bring to him, he goes, yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's try it.
There you
And
go.
me, as crazy as I am, I just have these crazy ideas that I want to get done, and
Yeah.
he doesn't stop me.
Yeah.
So the course is out in the country, but it won't be long until people are coming here from everywhere and spending days at a time. I'm not into half hours at a time. I only can spend at least a half a day or days at a time. And what I do, Ryan, is I just walk around and I give advice all day.
Yep.
You
Oh,
know,
for
I just want people to come and have fun. You know what? If you came here, I'll barbecue you a hot dog or something too.
sure.
I want you to enjoy your day
Yeah.
learning this great game.
Oh, for sure. And you're a master of that, Mark. But the thing is too is well, as the program grows, we'll be coming out to the Toronto area, and I'm sure we could get the team down there for a round at Port Dover. And also too, you have quite an extensive, very, very dedicated following on social media, on Facebook. It's the Evershed Golf Community page. So I mean, anyone who's watching this can obviously go there. We'll put a graphic up to sort of lead you there.
Well, if they want to join the Evershed Golf Club, come on and tell me I'm crazy. But if you're going to tell me, explain why you said it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But
If I give an explanation, if you got a better one, leave it behind. Leave it with us.
there's definitely some creative conversations going on. I've seen the page. I am a member of the page.
Not disrespectful. Say anything you want.
That's cool. Anyways, thanks so much, Mark. I really appreciate your time. I know you're busy right now, but your studio looks great, by the way. And we'll be in touch. And as the program,
I think what you're doing is so great. I hope I get to be a part of it later on.
okay. Thanks so much for your time, Mark. I really appreciate it. Bye.